Fiorenzo Priolo.
Dove fuggi in Italia, pistole e macchine, in Italia, Machiavelli foscolo, in Italia, i termini del mondo solo in Italia. Benvenuto in Italia, fatti una vacanza al mare, in Italia, meglio non farti operare, in Italia e non andare all'ospedale, in Italia, la bella vita, in Italia, le grandi serate in gala, in Italia, fai affari con la mala, in Italia, il vicino che ti spara, in Italia.
Ci sono cose che nessuno ti dirà, ci sono cose che nessuno ti darà.
And now let's welcome to the ring, Efe 110% Konuk. Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 6 rounds in the super lightweight division. The judges are Fabian Guggenheim, Paul Landeros, and Christian Garduño. Our referee in charge will be Analia Maradona. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight out of the green corner, he comes to the ring wearing green trunks and weighed in officially at 141.7 pounds. Undefeated with 10 wins, 5 of his 10 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Italy, here is Fiorenzo Priolo. And his opponent across the ring, fighting tonight out of the gold corner, he comes to the ring wearing gold trunks and weighed in officially at 141.5 pounds. Undefeated with 13 wins, 1 draw, 7 of his 13 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Turkey, here is Efe 110% Konuk.
Listen to me. No rabbit punch. No low blow. 30 seconds before the end of the round, you will hear this sound. Yes? Protect yourself all the time. Touch gloves. Good luck. Your corner.
With our next contest here, Efe Konuk and Fiorenzo Priolo. Priolo with one of the more surprising victories, perhaps, in the opening round. 6th-round unanimous decision win over Nurzan Sarikbayev. Efe Konuk picked up a decision win over Almo Depaz. And Konuk, guys, is kind of the exact type of fighter that this tournament was made to benefit. A guy who was born in Turkey, moved to Dubai looking for more boxing opportunities, now moved to Thailand looking for additional opportunities. He's one of those fighters that just hasn't quite found his lane in the industry, puts himself into this tournament, suddenly those opportunities open up.
It's important because people just think if you've got the talent, you're going to make it. and if you've got the dedication, you're going to make it. And it's not. It's about being in the right place at the right time, people seeing you, where you're from, what weight you're at, all these things. The sellable factor for you is more important in this modern era than anything else. You've got to have all those other bits as well. You've got to have the dedication, the work ethic, and the talent if you're born with it. But the luck as well. And tournaments like this can almost take that luck fact out of the question. You get the opportunity, you put yourself in the right place. Now we'll see if you're good enough. And that's ultimately, when it boils down to it, isn't that what sport's all about? If you're good enough, you're going to win. If you're not, then you won't.
And in Canuck's case, there's another bit of luck involved, that he was chosen and not his brother Ige Canuck, who he feels is actually better than him and also fights at 140 pounds, would have been eligible for this tournament.
Remind me of the Klitschko's, how Vitaly Klitschko used to say, oh, you know what, I'm good, but my brother Vladimir is better than me.
Yes.
Somebody would argue that. I would kind of argue that as well. But Canuck just showed persistence, because it took 14 fights for him to get on a stage like this.
Priolo, he was fantastic in the last phase. He was just absolute joy to watch. He really was.
Good punch variety from Priolo that we saw in the opening round matchup that we described against Nurzan Serikbayev. He's bringing that already here in the opening round.
Well, what he showed in his last fight was to stay calm under pressure. And what that allows you to do is think, and then with that, it allows you just to pick your shots. You don't panic when the punch is raining down at you. So you keep your shape at all times.
Oh, what a shot there from Canuck. And Priolo, maybe a little bit overactive there, Barry. Got caught in between one of those flurries.
The rhythm of that shot there from Canuck was lovely. The jab, pause, right hand over the top.
Here the 30-second horn. And F.A. Canuck with a fantastic start, scoring a knockdown in the opening frame.
That's not even that much of a mistake there from Priolo. That's just really good technique there from Canuck.
Seconds tick away. What a start for F.A. Canuck here in his second round match.
Just seeing now, lovely little one. Look, that's a lovely right. Look at that little dip with the shoulder. Just a lovely, lovely rhythm. Lovely time and everything.
Slip, counter.
That's perfect, isn't it? See, with that, when you take that dip to the side as well, it almost hides the shot. So you come the left hand glove comes out. You go on the blind side of that left hand glove. But with the shoulder turn as well, you can't see the right hand start, so you can't see it finish.
And it gives you the proper momentum. Boom, to throw your right hip into that shot.
Abbiamo tutto il tempo, non ti preoccupare, ce l'ho qui. Recupera bene, non è successo niente. Tieni sulle mani e non prendere colpi stupidi, tieni i denti stretti, Fio. Tieni i denti stretti.
Way to start the fight there for F.A. Canuck. As round 2 is now underway.
Good work there from Canuck, trying to pressure Priolo there. Keep that hands nice and high, just walking him down. That's it from Priolo, just a bit snappy with that jab. He needs to be here. Last thing you want to do is put a lazy jab with Canuck after that right hand that he threw.
Right. That's why I think he's trying to double it up, because you don't want to get caught by that counter again. He is trying to be first, but throwing that lazy jab will get you countered again.
Yeah. Just not enough on the punches either here, Priolo, to really deter Canuck from walking forward, who's not doing loads, but just that tight defense and be able to walk him down with that front foot.
Oh, good attempt for that right overhand right by Priolo. Just missed the target.
He's staying pretty busy here, Priolo, with that jab. There's not enough on the punch really to warrant there being a scoring shot at times.
Very, very competitive round this time.
Yeah, Canuck staying nice and low there, just rolling the shoulders. Make himself a smaller target to hit.
This is where Canuck wants to fight, right here on the inside, in the phone booth.
But he's naturally the heavy-handed too, so you want your back on the ropes as well, so he has a target. You can hard for you to escape. Oh, good little screw shot there from Canuck there with the left hand.
Called it a screw shot.
Yeah. Sort of hook, come uppercut.
Yes.
Went through the middle.
Nice.
That was good from Priolo there. Nice little slip. He has some throwing punches here, Priolo, but it's the weight of the shot that worries me. Compared to the more purchase in the shots here of Canuck.
If this fight continues like this, it's gonna have to come down to obviously the harder shots, but who's the most conditioned?
Yeah, sure. Oh, good shot there. There's been a gap.
10 seconds left.
There's been a gap where the punch hasn't been thrown yet so far in this round.
This is an ideal fight for a referee.
Both walking back to the corners there, feeling the pace, and rightly so. Canuck especially coming back, looking absolutely exhausted.
Vücuda vuracağım, aşağı yukarı karıştıracaksın, tamam mı? Yumrukları güzel açıda vuracaksın Efe, böyle değil, tamam mı? Sakin, yoruldun mu sen? Ben yoruldum. Yorulma yok. Biz yorulmadık. Efe ne olursa olsun buraya kazanmaya geldik. Bak, ilk çantana yaptın, panikli değildin, yumruk aradın. Efe yap.
Occhio al destro, occhio al destro.
A little bit calmer there in the corner there, the Italian Priolo.
After 2 rounds, all 3
Quando fai le
judges have the
combinazioni, quello che non
same
colpisce
19
come.
to
Non
18
mollare,
for the
cazzo.
gold
Quando fai le combinazioni,
Yeah, they're always all on the board. 19 to 18 to the goal corner there, Canuck.
That's one
Just
around
slightly
apiece,
ahead.
but that knockdown put him ahead. He was breathing a little slightly harder, I believe, Canuck in the between the rounds there.
And we know certainly from the last stage, the engine of Priolo was fantastic. He keeps his shape all the time. I was saying that
Yes.
the last time I said that, he
Right
got knocked
before he
out.
got hit.
Yeah. Just let people know, Corey Erdman hasn't been sacked. He's just some trouble with his headset. And I just been informed in my ear I'm getting paid double for this, which is fantastic.
Oh, great.
That's 2 ice creams.
Oh, you get paid ice creams?
That's it, mate.
Wow. I get gum.
Child size, child prizes. My life.
Oh,
Shot.
nice.
Good right hand there from Priolo. Hey guys, I'm
Hey.
back.
Hi,
Oh,
mate.
welcome back.
Look at that.
Welcome back.
Barry, I'll take 10%, but I don't know if you can have my entire with left hook in reply there from Canuck. You know, the main question that I had coming out of that opening round, when you look at how that knockdown from Canuck materialized, was would Priolo be a little bit hesitant? You know, would he be as busy as he has been? Clearly has not taken his foot off the pedal whatsoever.
No, not at all. I believe he feels like, okay, I got caught in there, but I'm going to be first. I'm going to double his jab up, and I'm going to push Canuck back. Canuck is just extremely hard to push back.
You know, it worked here though. I know you always say quantity over quality and weight the shots should have a more of a meaning, but he's been totally outworked in this round.
Both of them are just forehead first, full steam ahead.
Jab on his way out there from Priolo. Just constant motion.
I think he does best when he stays in motion, when he lands his shots and just take a little step to the right or to his left.
Right hand there from Canuck.
Oh, and that was perfect because he positions his feet the proper way. He just pivoted to the right and landed that right hand.
He leaves his back foot out there a little bit too long. If you watch it, it just makes him harder to close the gap.
The 30 seconds here of round 3. Priolo just keeps pumping these punches out there.
Yes.
10 seconds remaining in the round. And again, this is just it's very obvious volume coming here from Priolo. It's about 20 punches since Canuck has offered something back.
Great fighters make adjustments, right, Barry?
Yeah, apparently they do. I've never seen one.
Well, DAZN heads to Birmingham on a Saturday as Olympic and Commonwealth gold medalist Galal Yafai looks to make a giant stride towards a first world title when he takes on Francisco Rodriguez Jr. in a final eliminator for the WBC flyweight strap. And let's send it over to Claudia Trejos, who has an update for us. Claudia, what's going on?
Corey, not much of an update. It's more like a corroboration of what the comps are saying, because Priolo's corner is very keen on what both Barry and Barack are saying. Keep the motion, get the flurries, but be like a ghost. Go in, throw your hands, make sure you establish the dominance of the ring, and then take 2 steps back. But exactly what Barack and Barry were saying.
Sounds like we're working the corners, Barry.
We're getting money everywhere.
Are you looking for a third paycheck now?
Oh, yeah, why not?
Round 4 underway, and Fiorenzo Priolo right back to where he started.
Oh, that's better. You know what's better? Because there's a bit of weight in the shot without really overextending or making too much more of an effort. Because the worry is how busy he is, and I want the puncher, so I can say this. There's nothing on his shots, and so you can see why a judge could dismiss a lot of that work if he gets caught with a big shot after it.
Like that right hand over the top from Canuck there a moment ago. Not doing a little bit of body work as well. Sweeping right hand there from Canuck.
Yeah, if you're gonna spin out to the left, you gotta put your hand up if you're Priolo. Keep that left hand tight.
That's better from Canuck. I was just thinking, you got the angle, the way your body's asked over, you put him on the ropes. There's an uppercut there to be had.
He tried right there a couple times.
Brief break in the action there. Priolo capitalizes with a chopping right hand, but you're right, this is much better work at close proximity, much better space for Canuck. And Barry, even looking at how Canuck's defense has evolved a little bit, you look at his training in Thailand, that kind of Muay Thai influence, the guard trying to catching everything, that just works better in close quarters because you can catch and shoot. That's a lot harder to do from long range. It's almost impossible for him.
And against a guy who's using just arm punches, there's not a lot of weight in the shot, you can afford to stay there and take the shots because you know you can throw, because you know it's not a massive shot coming back. If you get caught with a shot that's just going to score, not going to really hurt you. So you can be a bit braver against a guy who's not a puncher.
A little blood under the eye of Priolo.
You know, Barack, it's similar to something you pointed out with Nkosi in our opening contest, is the ability, when he can get in that range, to catch a shot and throw at the same time. So he's doing it much better here in this round as he meets Priolo with a big right hand, but Priolo just keeps throwing.
Right, and I think Priolo's giving up that distance, you know. He's getting drawn into that fight, but, you know, you're giving Canuck these kind of big moments.
Yeah, it looks just below the eye, doesn't it, that cut?
And those pity pass that you was talking about, Barry, they work if you're using them and then moving.
Yeah.
Not staying there to get countered. And countered by harder shots.
There's that right hand coming over the top, making 2 of them from Canuck.
You have a good little spell here, though, Priolo.
Priolo just giving judges a lot to look at right now in between those big moments of Canuck. What do you like better? Guess we'll get an update on that in just a few moments.
Sen kimsin? Efe. Sen kimsin? Biz ne için buradayız? Sert kart alacağız. Üstüne yürüyeceğiz.
Oh, shit. clash of heads there. Nice little uppercut through the middle there from Canuck.
After 4 rounds.
And that's where that cut came from?
Yeah, must be the clash of heads there, or the little cuffing hook, I think.
37, unanimous for the green corner, Priolo.
This is the kind of pressure that can break down your opponent, you know. Keep pushing them up against the ropes, keeping them in the corner.
The judges in favour of the work right there from the Italian Priolo.
Yes.
It's round 5 underway, and Priolo, we now know, is ahead by 1 point on all 3 scorecards. So clearly, the judges, at least to a slight degree, are favoring the sheer volume of Priolo, which is a technique that he's learned under his longtime coach, Christian DiMartinis. They run a gym together, they think alike, and he's talked about the fact that he just calls out something, I don't even think about it. I just keep throwing. I just obey. DiMartinis fought very much the same way, a high volume, high output kind of guy.
If you have a good chin, it's hard to match. I mean, you're reducing the power for it, and if you're not punching anyway, then that makes it even more so. So you have to, at some point, you're going to take a shot, so you have to have a good chin. Someone is going to walk through one shot to take another shot off you.
I see what Canuck is doing. See, the pull counter from Priolo is working right now, but what he's doing is he's switching up his overhand right. So some of them are being thrown from long distance, and so he can get comfortable doing that pull counter, and then he wants to step in for that overhand right, which gave him the knockdown in the first round.
Nice little feint there from...
See, he's throwing from long distance, and then he's going to... There you go. The next one is probably going to be a step in, and then the overhand right.
Nice uppercut there from Canuck, but back comes Priolo with a right hand.
Respect to Priolo to have this kind of work rate.
Yeah, this is an incredible engine from Priolo, not to mention the vocal cords as well, because he is shouting with that. He might be as hoarse as we will be after the end of 16 fights.
Two things I wrote down from his last fight: great chin, great engine. They were the 2 things I wrote down.
Yes.
Inside the final minute here of round 5. Priolo has spent some time of late at the Salas Boxing Academy in Las Vegas, sparring with Alberto Cuello, training alongside Robesi Ramirez and Carlos Adames.
Some big names.
And you can see, Barry, how in sparring, Priolo's going to give you good work. He's going to make you work for every second of every round.
Yeah, non-stop. He's just non-stop, isn't he? If you've got problems with your engine, he's the guy to put you in the ring with.
He's good with his distance as well. He's just slipping these punches by inches.
Pivot there from Priolo. Nook stuck with it through a nice left hook. Seconds tick away here in round 5, a razor-thin fight. But the volume of Fiorenzo Priolo really starting to mount.
One of the differences is the engine, I believe, Barry, like you said, because I remember when I said a couple of rounds ago, Canuck was breathing harder in the corner.
Saturday, July 19th, Alexander Usyk, the heavyweight champ, will run it back with Daniel Dubois. All the titles on the line. Guys, of course, a little bit of controversy coming out of their first fight as to whether the low blow that wasn't. I don't feel that it's a controversy, but for me, what's most intriguing about this fight is this kind of reinvention of Daniel Dubois. What does this version of Daniel Dubois do against this version of Alexander Usyk?
Yeah, you can argue he's a different fighter now, a much more confident fighter. He believes in his engine. That was always my thing for him. He knows now when he gets tired not to panic, because there is another reserve of fitness beyond that wall. And that'll make him a harder fighter for Usyk to wear down. But Usyk is brilliant, of course, and he's shown no signs of decline. He is getting on in age. At some point he's going to hit that wall, but he's coming off his 2 good wins. As is, people talk about Dubois' wins, but I think Usyk's wins are better than his.
You're right.
Since that fight.
And controversy shot or not, Usyk still has in the back of his mind, I stopped him
with the jab.
Here you go.
But But I'm not sure if Dubois will panic at that point again. Because he will get to that point. But Dubois, you know, like he boxed against Joshua, might just go out there and put it on him straight away. And think, you know, like he's a much smaller guy.
I think that's his best bet. Try to overwhelm the smaller guy.
So it's a rematch that you never thought anyone needed, but we're glad we got it.
If you think about it, everybody shows Usyk so much respect. Sorry to talk about this so long, but they show him so much respect and try to box him instead of trying to overwhelm him.
Yeah.
Speaking of overwhelming, the volume of Fiorenzo Priolo has been that throughout this fight, but particularly over the last several rounds. And now, F.A. Canuck, of course, knowing that the fight could be in the balance for him here in the final round, is trying to up his own pressure, but he just got blasted with a huge right hand from Priolo.
Says a lot about Priolo, you know, come back from a knockdown to basically take over the fight.
And what gives you that? Fitness.
You got to be in shape.
Yeah.
You got to be in shape to recover well.
People think it's about just physical recovery. What the fitness does, when you're really fit, it means you can still focus. So when you've been hurt, you can get that focus back quite quick, which means keep yourself safe long enough to recover.
Still got legs.
Oh, it's unbelievable, the engine. I mean, the last round was his best round as well.
Again, the volume of Priolo, I mean, frankly, even as commentators, makes you forget about some of the work that Canuck is doing.
Yeah.
He landed 2 good right hands to the body, a nice overhand right, but since then, Priolo's thrown like 45 punches. Good left hook there from Priolo.
Imagine if he could punch here, Priolo. Imagine if he had that proper weight in his shots. He wouldn't be as busy, would he? That's what would happen. He would need to be.
You know, sometimes, you know, we look at the punch stats, we look at CompuBox and we're counting landed punches. But with a guy like Priolo, you got to count the missed punches. He's really making you miss in there. Just by slight movement.
Tough inside work here from F.A. Canuck. Finally getting to a distance where he feels he can get some work done. Good exchange here in the closing moments of this contest.
Canuck seems very fatigued, but this is pure heart right
That is an excellent fight, a tremendous effort from both men, but in particular, Priolo getting up off the canvas and churning out that kind of output as we take a look back at some of the action from the final round.
Nice overhand round by Priolo. Really took over these last few rounds. Timed it very well, but was also concerned about that defense. And I think that, with the condition that he had, really turned this fight around.
And it was a real solid effort, especially in that last one there from Canuck. He really made a go for it, but ultimately, the busier guy, the more active guy got the win, you would think.
Well, the FIFA Club World Cup is into its second round of matches, and there are 3 games available for you today live on DAZN. Benfica versus Auckland, Flamengo versus Chelsea, and LAFC battle the Tunisian side, ES Tunis. Catch it live here on DAZN. All right, where do you want us to go after this? Are we going to do this on camera? All right, we are ready to make this one official. Let's send it back up to our MC, Thomas Driver.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards, and all 3 judges, Fabian Guggenheim, Paul Landeros, and Christian Garduño, are in agreement. They all score it the same. 58-55, all for your winner by unanimous decision. Fiorenzo Priolo!
Huge celebration for Fiorenzo Priolo, who moves on to the quarterfinals after recovering from a first-round knockdown. And here he is celebrating this new step in the WBC Grand Prix. We also have a big fight night to look forward to in New York next month, July 12th for Ring 3, and a big night for Hamza Shiraz.
I was looking at your Wikipedia.
Yeah.
And your grandfather was a boxer.
Yeah, yeah.
Your uncle